Okay, so I'm trying my absolute bestest to not look orange here, and this light is just blinding. It's blinding. It's awful. Screw that. I'll just look orange. So, in case any of you are wondering, it is sweltering hot in my home right now, and that is why I am wearing a wife beater, which is an awful name for a shirt. It's awful. But anyways, yes, that's why I'm dressed like a man, but it's really hot, so what are you gonna do? Just real quick, to answer a question, some of you ask where I'm filming, and I want to keep it a mystery. I'm just kidding. I'm not in a bathroom. I'm not in a closet. I'm in a room, and this is a door, and it opens into a very mysterious hallway. Yep. My dog's all freaked out now. Sorry, Bubby. I'm coming in the video? He's like, no, I'm too important for that. I'm too busy. So today I'm going to be talking about having your ascendant or rising sign in Aries. And for those of you who aren't familiar, ascendant and rising sign is the same thing. They are one and the same, they really mean the same exact thing. Basically, your ascendant is your rising sign, so it is what is on the cusp of your first house, or it's on the eastern horizon at the exact time of your birth. So if you want to know more information about what your ascendant or rising sign is, I will link my intro to ascendant rising signs down below. Not like down on the floor, but down in the info box in the YouTube world. So if you have an Aries ascendant, you're going to react quickly to things without putting much thought into it. These are the type of people that when they're introduced to new situations, they might be charming due to a quick wit. Like, they may be the type to, like, make a really good joke while everybody else is kind of, like, standing there awkwardly and doesn't know what to say. Or, like, upon first impression, you might be like, wow, this person is, like, very charming or seems very likable. They're smoozy, if that's a word. Is that the word I'm looking for? Can smooze you. Yeah. They're kind of like a really good car salesman, sort of. But, if they are uncomfortable, which a lot of people tend to be uncomfortable in new situations or in first impressions, because your ascendant has a lot to do with your first impression or your outer personality that you portray to people, especially when you first meet them. So the Aries ascendant might not really think before speaking, which of course can lead to issues. Aries ascendants can be impulsive as well as aggressive. So as a front, they can put up a rather feisty wall, which may lead to verbal or physical altercations that are usually, or for the most part, unnecessary. Aries ascendants can be really great leaders, especially if they're able to learn tact or if their sun sign or some other part of their chart happens to be very diplomatic or tactful. They're smart, they can make quick decisions. They may come across as self-centered, and they might be self-centered, but they don't mean to be that way, and they're not trying to be selfish in a malicious or manipulative way. So like I was just saying, your ascendant is how you come across outwardly to others. So if you're an Aries ascendant and some of what I'm saying really just isn't making complete sense, compare it to your sun sign as well and kind of blend the two together a little bit. If you think of the two together, you'll get more of an accurate description than if you just think of them each on their own separately. Because they both play into different parts of your personality and your outward persona. So remember, think of both if you're thinking about your own ascendant or if you're thinking about whoever's ascendant you're thinking about. Whose ascendant are you thinking about? Is it a boy? Is it a girl? So as I was saying, Aries ascendants tend to be leader types. They really like to dictate the plan, and that can kind of have them come across as a little bit bossy. But at the same time, if they're around the type of people that are indecisive and don't like to set a plan or make the plan, this can be a good quality. They're the type of person that's like, oh, let's get lunch at this spot, with no hesitation, because they like that spot. So they're gonna go there, instead of being like, well, I don't know, should we go get sushi or should we get pizza? It's a big debate. Where there's a lot of people like that, and Aries ascendant is typically gonna be the type to actually make that decision and be like, we're gonna go with the sushi, okay? So to me, I think that's an attractive quality, whereas somebody else who is equally as decisive as an Aries ascendant might be like, whoa, we're gonna butt heads here. Aries ascendants can be fairly blunt, and they're not the type at all to conform to others' beliefs or opinions. They really aren't shy at all about their opinions. And they can definitely be bothered by people that aren't honest, or people that tend to be more manipulative, or people that lie. You catch my drift. People annoying them like this can lead to those fights that I was talking about earlier, those verbal or physical altercations. when somebody annoys them and they might say something without really thinking it through. And then they can tend to be a little bit aggressive, especially if they're angry. Aries Ascendants will probably have many interests in life as they are very active and love to be on the go. They have a ton of energy and can get bored really quickly, and they really enjoy being physical, and they'll accept a challenge because they enjoy a challenge. These are the type of people that will start new projects regularly, and they will become consumed with the new projects for a period of time. It's usually a short period of time because, like I said, they get bored really easily, and then they're on to the next project. It happens really quickly. They'll just lose interest and then pretty much almost immediately gain interest in something else and become consumed in that. And usually this happens without much consideration, as like I said, Aries Ascendants can be a little bit impulsive, but I mean, at least they're not doing the same thing every day, you know? They're trying new things, so you gotta hand it to them for that. So yeah, I mean, these people are all over the place, but they're willing to be open and consider new activities and new experiences. They can also be pretty clumsy, and they can suffer injuries because they tend to be daredevils, and they also might be the type to get themselves into a little bit of trouble here and there because they do take risks. Aries Ascendants can be really restless and also impatient, and you'll notice if you're around an Aries Ascendant, they'll probably have a pretty difficult time sitting still, especially if it's for longer than 2 minutes. You might notice them looking at the clock when you're talking to them, or they might just blatantly yawn and mention that they're bored, even if you're in the middle of talking about something serious. Aries Ascendants can easily offend people without even realizing it, and sometimes they can come across as caustic or abrasive. These people can definitely be fun and charming and pretty much up for anything. Just watch out for that bluntness and that temper that can sometimes get them into trouble, and the fact that they have a hard time really thinking something through. They really like to just charge into things head on. Which, like I said, is definitely a con, but it's also a pro. So, you know what? Go with it. Embrace it. So that is what I had to say about the Aries Ascendant. I know a lot of people look at Ascendants and they're like, oh, it can help describe your physical traits, but I really just would rather not get into that. I don't really find it that interesting because I just don't. Maybe I'll do a separate video on it, but for now, no. Keep an eye out for the rest of the Ascendants videos, and I will also be finishing up over the next week or two the 5 reasons why the girls with different sun signs suck in relationships. And then I want to come up with another fun one to do, so I will be thinking. The gears will be turning. They'll be turning away. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day or night. Okay. Ow! So klutzy tonight. So klutzy. Oh, yeah, okay. Really? So I've had makeup on my face that entire time I'm talking. It's okay though, I'm a girl, what do you expect? It's hot and I'm in a beater, you know? Is my hair cool? Not really. It's kind of a mess. You would honestly think I have a ton of Leo in my chart with the way my hair can be so big and annoying. But I don't. I have no Leo in my chart. Not a single ounce. I don't even know why I'm thinking about Leos. I should be thinking about Aries only. Just kidding. This is water. For those of you who might have been concerned that it could have been Sprite. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Ah!